Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. I'm afraid there's not much news I can find about MGTOW over the weekend, and a lot of the subjects I did come across I've already covered before in previous videos, but I did find something that could be of interest to you if you're a MGTOW or if you just heard of this terminology, and that's this, the rational male. The Rollo Tomassi, that's him. I would imagine he's either an Italian or a Italian-American. And this article is, as you can see, are men adapted for the new sexual marketplace. Now this was written on October 12th, 2019, or about 5-6 years ago. It's a bit wordy article, but there are some interesting bits in it. But if you type in MGTOW, as you can see, there's 78 links associated with MGTOW. Now, they're not all with the article itself, but in the comments. So, as you can see, I won't go through them. That would take too long, but I'll just scroll down so you can get an idea of how MGTOW is discussed in this article. There's a lot of tribalism in the manosphere today. It's no surprise that MGTOW is a tribe. No, it's a philosophy. But likely for the reasons most MGTOW would be willing to admit, MGTOW is getting atomized and commercialized in the same manner as I predicted the red pill would and has last year. What this means that MGTOW is rapidly becoming the same commercial vehicle for grifters that red pill was just over a year and a half ago. Obviously he thinks that MGTOW is a commercial venture that is going to go the same way. MGTOW is a new brand that lifestyle coaches are adding to their Twitter profiles and YouTube channel about pages. No, MGTOW is simply a philosophy which every individual guy takes into consideration when it comes to dealing with relationships with women, or the lack of them. And it says, in the real short step, make yourself mental point of origin is to make yourself number one in your life, yes, and then go your own way. He's more or less got the idea about MGTOW there. Now, he says very soon MGTOW has the same public relation problem and wants the next Elliot Rodger, never heard of him, or Alex Minassian incident, never heard of it, occurs. You see these grifters scatter from MGTOW like roaches. No. And then it goes down, as you can see. But this bit is the one I found interesting. Women are the victims of the sexual marketplace they created. Women's socially enabled entitlements are economically attractive men, i.e. the 80-20 rule. A man who exceeds her own productivity by 58%, i.e. he earns more than her, only proves the point that women's social media bloated egos have made them unrealistic tyrants. Now their beliefs and actions have come home to roost. In other words, where have all the good men gone? And they're not able to get any dates, and they start resorting to TikTok to complain about it. This is proof positive that MGTOW is working. Finally, women are waking up to the realities of their beliefs and actions. If enough guys abandon the sexual marketplace altogether, i.e. go MGTOW, then women will be forced to come back to reality and choose men based on other criteria than economic attractiveness. I.e. they can't get the high-value men, so they're going to have to lower their standards and go with all the good, decent guys that they've fobbed off to when in their pursuit for the high-value men. At one point I tried to make last week's show was that I wondered if MGTOW believes that, or from an evolved perspective, men and women are better together than they are apart. Can't disagree with that. They are better together. That's how nature intended. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to pursue this question in depth. For the last 60 years, feminism has effectively driven a wedge between men and women. True. The gender war today exists because of systematic segregation between men and women. True. Honestly, I'm sick of reading about how negative it is to merely point out the realities of the gender Cold War. But is not MGTOW an adaptation of the segregation? No, MGTOW is a reaction to segregation. Is not MGTOW an exacerbation of this segregation? No. Is MGTOW an adaptation of the conditions in a sexual marketplace that was contrived by feminism, gynocentrism? Yes. It's a reaction to that. And then it goes down. MGTOW check out the new system, refuse to support or participate in it, and eschew relationships with women to varying degrees. That's correct. And then you go down. More and more men will go pure MGTOW, will severely minimize, if not eliminate, their relationships with women. Yes. For a growing number of men, this option is going to be the best one, because A, they did the work and still couldn't attract women, i.e. women's having too high a shopping list. B, they don't want to do the work, and it's easy to stay as is than to try. In other words, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Then he goes, I think more and more men will go pure MGTOW, which is essentially make the best of a tough situation, be single and don't have a family. At least that's better than getting divorced, raped, and it's less work than going to the gym, getting in shape and eating clean. That way I can eat what I want, work 30 hours a week and live by myself in my apartment. And then it goes down, and that's the end of the article. And then we have all the comments. You notice the comments are about 3 years old, and a lot of them are for and against MGTOW. As you can see, down. Lots and lots of comments. Adams is a grifter. He has zero understanding of MGTOW. I don't know who Adams is, and only refers to anything red pill as MGTOW interchangeably because he lacks any history about either. Anyway, but for that, that's the Rational Mail article. I naturally put the link below, and I also found this. Men Going Their Own Way, the Anti-Feminist Survival Guide, paperback, 24th of May 2019, about the same time that this article was written. It's available on paperback, and it's available from Amazon if you want it. There's 11 ratings, 68% 5-star, 1% was 12-star. I always look at the 1%. Is there any views? Nope, no reviews. Anyway, going back to that and this, it's an interesting article, but it's a bit wordy, and he doesn't really address the MGTOW as it is in the world, as it's a reaction to feminism. I might do some on a similar, vein in the future, but I think I'll go back to how the birth rate is, and that is the most telling thing which is affecting the world today. So, alright people, sorry about this being a bit iffy this week, but I couldn't find much at all. You know the routine, like, dislike, comment, subscribe, it's completely up to you. So until next Monday, that's it, bye bye.